All right. So I don't actually want you to be upset. I want you to stop and think for a second, because if my thumbnail and the "you mad bro" about this Marvel Legends Spider-Man really fired you up, then I'm going to offer you some perspective, just a little bit. And as an English teacher, one of the things I've been teaching my students over the last 20 years is how to put together a compelling argument. So not only will I have my thesis, which is, at the end of the day, you don't have to buy a toy. You don't have to buy anything that you don't want to buy. The whole point of currency and all of this is it's a barter system. If it doesn't match your expectation, if you think that something isn't worth the money that's being requested, then you don't have to buy it. So that's first and foremost. Again, I'm not trying to come at anybody. I do understand this is a point of contention because we all have our expectations, especially something that Hasbro did specifically with this Maximum Spider-Man, is withhold the pricing element. So on one hand, it was kind of brilliant, to be perfectly honest, because it's been keeping us discussing this upcoming Spider-Man toy for the last few weeks. So on that end, they got us. Now, it would drop for $49.99. I know it's not exactly what we wanted. $40, perfect. I'm still hung up on Pandemic Deluxe figures being $30. This has been a ridiculously fast-paced inflation. So the fact that we're already there, the sticker shock of anything at this point is gone for me, all right? So it really does come from a place of, okay, what do we know about the development? Is this just some crazy cash grab? I don't think it is. Now, you can call me a shill for defending a business decision, but let's be honest. I'm small potatoes. I don't get sent stuff from Hasbro. I've gotten the wonderful opportunity of interviewing some people from there, but at the end of the day, I am not beholden to them as a corporation. So this is just straight up more of a mental health perspective video to maybe, hopefully, help you out. And maybe you're already in a good place. So over the last 5 years, in having wonderful opportunities to talk toys with manufacturers and developers and creatives, one of the most enlightening interviews that I had, that I was able to be a part of with my fellow Toy Daddies, was interviewing Rob Post from Savage Crucible. I highly recommend checking out that stream right there, because Rob was able to give us probably the most illumination in terms of pulling back the curtain behind what it is to go into making toys. The costs associated with developing new molds and tooling is insanely expensive. Now, of course, small creator, small company, it's going to be a smaller overall amount, so the cost to produce molds is going to shoot up. But just understand that it doesn't matter if you're a billion-dollar company or if you're just small starting out, somebody like Unparalleled Universe, you're going to have to deal with the expense of molding and tooling. And then there are those variations based on the quantities and all the things. So right there, this Spider-Man figure is built from top to bottom with all brand new sculpting. All brand new. If this was going to be pushing out another Renew Your Vows, then okay, I get it. Then you're just paying this extra accessory surcharge. But I don't think that that's the case. Because again, top to bottom, new articulation, new tooling, new sculpting, and then the paint work that goes into a character like Spider-Man, because we're getting the web lines, which, don't forget, that was a thing that you could have been upset about and angry, especially if you paid money to get an inferior product. So they're doing all of the things right there. So knowing that the cost is going to be expensive built in just to the base body alone, you're getting all of these brand new accessories and effects. Okay, you're a toy photographer like me for a few years. You probably don't need those web effects. I know. So add them to the tackle box. Don't factor that into what you're spending this $50 on if you're not going to use them. Some of those web effects, some of the new unique ones, hell, man, yes, absolutely, I will be using them. The thwip, I've been waiting for Legends to give me a thwip accessory like that. And that is far superior to whatever Mafex or SHF gives us with the little wrist peg thing with the white circle that just glaringly sticks out in your photography. and this is that little piece of perspective, if in order to get the perfect black suit Spider-Man, I've had to purchase 3 Marvel Legend figures. And now I do. I have the best, my favorite black suit Spider-Man, and it's not the Mafex. It is this current Secret Wars Spider-Man. However, I was able to add extra head sculpts thanks to the Kraven 2-pack. That pops on beautifully. And the original retro-carded black suit Spider-Man popped his head off because that had pins and the Renew Your Vows instead of the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man Buck, which is the superior one. And there we go. I now have the perfect black suit Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure. It cost me 3 action figures to do it. They're giving us, finally, almost exactly what we've wanted. You can criticize the Peter head sculpt. I personally think it'll look better in hand once we have it. Maybe an extra head sculpt or 2. But those are nitpicks. So, once again, for me, I'm going to buy it. I personally see the value in purchasing it. Hasbro is a publicly traded company, and they are beholden to their shareholders, and they have to turn a profit. If they were owned by McFarlane and you had a company that wasn't concerned with maximizing profits and just wanted to make sure that they had a profit, they are private, and Todd can choose to keep those prices down. So Hasbro and the Marvel Legends team do not have that ability to push and advocate on behalf of the consumer. I think $50 was that meet in the middle spot. And it doesn't hurt anybody for me to want this toy, look at my budget, go, all right, we're going to do this, and order it. But if you are unhappy because the price didn't meet your expectations, this is all I'm at. This is based on this very quick presentation of some evidence that you can track down, some of my claims to showcase why I'm okay with this increased cost. So think about why you're angry now, because I know that there are people out there that we reward with engagement by purposely getting you upset. You can be initially annoyed with me because I am holding up a mirror and asking you to think about where you are emotionally to get to this point. But really think about it. I'm here to offer you perspective, to let you know that it's okay if you don't get it, if it's not for you. I'm here to tell you, if you are getting it, we're going to discover it together, and hopefully it lives up to our own mental hype. But this is a hobby. We are dealing in toys and action figures, and maybe this is a wake-up call to think about what type of content you are consuming, and let you know that if it is because of that, then you can also find other people to share your passions and your interests that aren't going to make you want to pull out your hair and scream up to the heavens, because these are toys and we love them with the power of 1,000 suns, but they still are toys, and we can make do, and we can have fun, and we can enjoy this community together. We can enjoy these figures together without getting down into name calling, personal attacks, or scrolling on my phone and having somebody yell at me because I like a thing or I don't like a thing. So thanks for checking out my TED Talk. I appreciate you very, very much for sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget, this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live to talk about life in toys. And then Monday night, back again with my 2 best friends, Toy.Father and No.Chewing, for the Toy Pick Community Top 10, where we celebrate all of the wonderful things in this community, including our figures, including our toys, including our artwork that we create from it. So I hope to see you in the chat on one of these Sundays or Mondays. And in the meantime, have a great rest of yours now. Because next week we'll be right here. Your Toy Daddies will appear to bring you joy and laughter every night and here on after.